Hey guys, welcome back. It's Eric, free NBA daily bets. Yesterday was a little frustrating. I was right on a lot of the games and still ended up with like a small losing day. Orlando Magic. I was really surprised they did not beat Portland. They were on a 3 game losing streak and they could not beat them. And then Golden State Warriors did not cover the first quarter, first half, but they smoked them for the full game. So, and then I went 3-0 on my totals. So I was really seeing the games well yesterday. Came up with a small losing day. Happens in sports betting sometimes. But let's push forward to today. I don't love the games. There's only 3 of them. Let's talk about them. Let's talk them out. So first game up, Portland Trailblazers at the Charlotte Hornets. Portland's on a 3 game winning streak, believe it or not. They beat Chicago, and then they won at Miami and at Orlando. Last night, Kamara played 34 minutes, Jeremy Grant played 34 minutes, and Simons played like 32 minutes. Nobody else for them played over 30 minutes. So, in theory, they should all play. Travel from Orlando to Charlotte's really not that bad. But we'll see. We'll see. For Charlotte, LaMelo's questionable. Miles Bridges is questionable. Seth Curry and Cody Martin are on the injury report still as well. So they're off a loss to Memphis, but they've covered 6 straight games, which is pretty freaking crazy for the Charlotte Hornets. They've won 4 out of their last 6 games, and now they start a 9 game homestand today, which is, I can't remember last time I've seen a 9 game homestand. So they do play Saturday against New Orleans. So first of a back-to-back for them. The line is +5, and I just +5 for Portland, and I just feel like that's too many points. I don't trust the Hornets to win by margin right now. They only beat Chicago by 2. They only beat Dallas by 5. They only beat Utah by 5. So, like those were the last 3 wins. I don't trust them win by margin. I kind of like Portland, especially if LaMelo Ball doesn't play. I think I might have to get there with Portland +5. The thing I'm really targeting is the under. Sorry, because I'm still battling my cold. Um, the over under is 221, and I do like that under. Sorry, guys, just a second. Yeah, the over under is 221, and team total Charlotte Hornets under like 113 might be a really really good play. I'm gonna do some more digging into it, but Charlotte likes to play defense. Portland likes to play defense. They're not the like best offensive teams either. So I kind of like that under a lot. I'm going to look into it. So that's my thoughts on that game. I like Portland +5. Got to wait on LaMelo Ball and the Trailblazers injury report. And then under 221. Maybe Hornets team total under 113. All right, next game up. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Philadelphia 76ers. Cleveland is in a little bit of a losing slump right now. They've lost 3. They're only 3-3 in their last 6, and this was the hottest team in the NBA. Before this, they were 33-4. Now they're 36-7 on the season. They lost to 2 really good Western Conference teams on the road in Oklahoma City and Houston, and Indiana at home. So, they are a little banged up. Evan Mobley and Okoro are not going to go tonight. Karis LeVert's questionable. Should it matter against Philadelphia? I don't think so. I think they win. And just for another factor, guys, too, like I said, like I've been saying on this podcast, teams that win, even as favorites, cover the number at a huge rate. And 2 nights ago, that wasn't really the case. It was only like 4-3 or something like that. But last night, every team won and covered as a favorite, and obviously every team that won as an underdog covered because they're an underdog. Literally every team last night. San Antonio won as a favorite. As an underdog. Portland won as an underdog. Toronto won as an underdog. Dallas won as an underdog. Milwaukee covered as a big favorite. Denver covered as a big favorite. Golden State covered as a medium favorite. Lakers upset Boston, and the Clippers won as a big favorite. So, if you can pick the winners, you're going to win a lot of money, guys. It's just as simple as that. So don't try to complicate things. If you feel like they're going to win, most likely going to cover the spread. For Cleveland, like I said, I think they're going to win, guys. I'd be really surprised if they don't. But for Philadelphia, they're on a 7-game losing streak. They'll be without their experienced bigs tonight. Joel Embiid's still out. Andre Drummond's out. So it'll be Adam Bona, Pete Nance, the two young guys, and then Gershon Yabusele, and then no Kyle Lowry as well. But they still have Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre, Eric Gordon. So, I mean, there's enough to maybe make some of a splash there. I don't know. We'll see. Both these teams are on the front end of a back-to-back. I kind of like the under a lot in this game, too, as well. Under 228. And then the Cavaliers are still like one of the best over teams in the NBA. They are still the best. They're 28-15. Philadelphia is 21-18 to the over. So I'm looking at that under, guys. I actually really like that under. Let me see, under 228.5. Yeah, that seems too high. Because also Cleveland, they have a back-to-back tomorrow as well. Like I said, both teams are on the front end of a back-to-back. And then Cleveland plays Houston tomorrow. I mean, it's a Western Conference team, but is Cleveland really worried about tiebreakers with Philadelphia? I highly doubt it. So I think they're looking ahead to. In fact, they already have the tiebreaker with Philadelphia. It is an Eastern Conference game. It's better for the tiebreakers, but I don't think they're looking really seriously at Philadelphia. I think they want to get to Houston tomorrow and get some revenge on them after losing to them on Wednesday. So I can only look Philadelphia plus 10.5. That might be the game where Philly um, can lose and still cover, or Cavaliers win and still cover. I do like Philly plus 10.5. Don't love it. I like the under 228.5 more. I am going to look into that later today. And follow me at Twitter at Easy Money Wins if I get there or not. And then before I continue, guys, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, show some love. I'm doing this all for free out of my own personal time. So any engagement is much appreciated. All right, last game up. We got the New Orleans Pelicans at the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant is now questionable for this game. The line is still really high. It's at minus 11 for the Grizzlies, minus 10.5. Over under is at 244.5. And it's hard to bet Grizzlies and Pelicans games under the total, but I kind of lean that way. New Orleans, let's see their depth chart. They're going to be without Zion Williamson. I know that much. DeJounte Murray's questionable, and Evis Missy is questionable too. Everyone else is good to go for them, except for Brandon Ingram. Obviously, he hasn't played in a long time. And then let's check their form right now. So the Pelicans have won 4 in a row, guys. Granted, it hasn't been against anybody really that good. I mean, Dallas was shorthanded without Kyrie that game. They beat Chicago at Chicago. Chicago's such an up-and-down team. And that was with Zion Williamson, too. Then they beat Dallas. Then they beat Utah twice. They did beat Philadelphia before that. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of their last 10 games, guys. I mean, but granted, 4 of those wins were against Washington and Utah. One was against a shorthanded Dallas team. At Chicago, at Philadelphia is not very good. They played good competition. They lost to Minnesota by 7. Lost by 19 to Portland. It's embarrassing. They lost by 1 to Boston. So, you know what? And they're rested too, guys. They're rested. I think this is the front end of a back-to-back. They do play at Charlotte on Saturday, but I kind of like New Orleans to keep it close. They're in good form. Granted, they are playing bad teams, but they're still fighting really hard. So, kind of interested in New Orleans, guys, and I hate it because, like, gosh, man, this team is so annoying for me this year. But I don't know. I might have to take a look at them, guys. Let me Santi Aldama is also questionable for the Grizzlies. Let me take a look at the over/under because I am looking at that under. I kind of like that under a lot. So Memphis has been scoring a crap ton of points. Jeez. Um, it's hard to bet unders in these with these two teams playing. I mean, New Orleans scores a lot too. Probably gonna leave that over under alone. I want to bet under, but I don't have the balls to do it, guys. See Memphis schedule spot. This is a front end of a back-to-back for both these teams. Memphis plays Saturday against Utah. It's not that they're looking ahead to that. They won 4 in a row. But usually when teams play on front end of back-to-backs, like both teams, generally both teams, like, I don't know, in theory, are conserving energy for tomorrow's game. So I feel like they have a chance to go under that game. I don't know. I'm going to look at it, guys. I lean Pelicans plus 12. I lean all the dogs today and all unders. So that's the way I'm looking. That's it for the podcast. Hope you guys enjoy. Follow me at Twitter to see where I get with anything at Easy Money Wins. And I will see you on the next podcast.